All right, let's talk about one of the most fundamental, most incredible processes in all of biology, how new life is made. We're going to follow the amazing journey from a single cell all the way to a new human being, all by decoding this incredible biological blueprint.
Okay, so before we zoom in on humans, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. In the animal kingdom, nature basically has two major strategies for making babies. You've got ovipary, which is egg-laying, and vivipary, which is giving birth to live young. They're both just different, brilliant solutions to the same problem of survival.
I mean, this diversity just goes to show you there are so many different blueprints for survival out there. But for our story today, we are focusing squarely on the human approach, which puts us firmly in that viviparous or live birth category. To really get this story started, we need to meet the two main characters, the essential players. And we're going to begin with the male reproductive system. Its whole design, its entire purpose is really geared towards one thing: producing and delivering sperm. You can almost think of this whole system as a high-tech factory. The testes, they're the assembly line, just churning out sperm. The epididymis is like the quality control and storage department. And then you have glands, like the prostate, that add this protective fluid, almost like a chemical armor, to help the sperm survive their really, really tough journey. And every single part of an individual sperm cell is engineered for one critical mission. The head is the payload, carrying those precious 23 chromosomes. The midsection is basically a power pack, an engine room just stuffed with mitochondria to fuel the trip. And the tail, well, that's the propeller, driving it forward to its one and only destination.
Okay, so let's shift gears and look at the other half of our story, the female system. Here, the ovaries are in charge of producing the egg cells. The fallopian tube is the crucial meeting place where fertilization usually happens. And the uterus, with its special inner lining called the endometrium, is designed to be the perfect nurturing environment for a new life to take hold and grow.
Now here's the thing, and this is absolutely key. It's all about timing. The female body goes through this remarkable, incredibly precise monthly cycle, and the entire thing is designed to prepare for potential pregnancy. It's like a perfectly calibrated biological clock.
On average, this whole cycle takes about 28 days. And it's not just one long event. It's broken down into these really distinct phases. It kicks off with menstruation, then a follicle starts developing in the ovary, then you get the main event, ovulation, right around day 14. And finally, the luteal phase, which gets the uterus ready just in case an embryo shows up.
So what's conducting this whole complex orchestra? I mean, how does the body coordinate this incredible sequence of events with such precision, month after month after month?
Well, the answer lies in a chemical conversation, kind of like a text message, between the brain and the ovaries. The pituitary gland in the brain sends out two key hormones, FSH and LH. And look at this, right around day 14, their levels just surge. It's a massive signal that it's go time.
And that surge from the brain, it acts like a starting pistol. The ovaries get the message and, in response, they release their own hormones. First, estrogen peaks to get the uterus ready. Then, after ovulation happens, progesterone takes over to make sure everything is perfect for a potential pregnancy.
You know, if you're trying to keep all of this straight, here's a pretty handy way to remember what's what. Just think, O is for estrogen, which peaks right before ovulation, and P is for progesterone, which prepares for and maintains a potential pregnancy. Simple as that.
So all of this incredible preparation, the hormonal signals, the uterus getting prepped, it's all building up to the climax of our story, the chance for fertilization to happen, and the very, very beginning of a new organism's journey.
Remember that huge spike in LH we just saw? That is the trigger for ovulation. This is the exact moment a single mature egg cell is released from the ovary. It then begins its journey down the fallopian tube, ready and waiting. Now, a sperm are in the fallopian tube at just the right time, fertilization can happen. This is it. This is the moment the genetic material from both parents, 23 chromosomes from the sperm, 23 from the egg, fuses together into one single cell.
And the result is this one cell, called a zygote, that now has a complete set of 46 chromosomes. Think about that. This isn't just a cell anymore. It is a totally unique and complete genetic blueprint for a brand new individual.
But hold on, the journey is far from over. After fertilization, that single zygote starts dividing and becomes an embryo. About 5 to 7 days later, it has another critical mission. It has to successfully attach and embed itself into that nutrient-rich lining of the uterus, the endometrium, if it's going to survive and keep developing.
So once it's successfully implanted, the embryo kicks off this absolutely incredible 9-month journey of growth. And it's all made possible by a super sophisticated, dedicated life support system.
This whole system is amazing. You've got the placenta, which is like mission control, managing all the exchanges with the mother. The umbilical cord is the literal lifeline connecting the two. And the amniotic fluid creates this safe, cushioned little world for the baby to float and grow in.
The placenta itself is just a masterpiece of biology. It works as both a bridge and a filter. It allows all the good stuff, like oxygen and nutrients, to pass from the mother to the fetus, and at the same time, it pulls all the waste products, like carbon dioxide, from the fetus back to the mother so she can get rid of them.
So this entire period of development, from that first moment of fertilization all the way through to birth, has a name. It's called gestation. And for us humans, this unbelievable transformation takes about 9 months, or 40 weeks to complete.
When you step back and just look at the whole process, it really is like a finely tuned biological orchestra, isn't it? This cascade of hormones, the perfect timing, these cellular miracles, all working together. It's this elegant, ancient blueprint for life itself. And that leaves us with a really fascinating thought. In our modern world, with all of our choices and all our technology, what happens when we start interacting with and maybe even changing this fundamental process?